Hello YouTube friends, Alicia here with a quick video of some playing that I've done. It's nothing special and everybody's seen it before. I'm sorry you'll be able to hear my heater in the background, but it is cold here today, so I want my heater going. So this all started, I've done lots of dyed paper, but this all started based on the fact that I bought a stamp at a thrift store. It was one of those pre-ink stamps in red, like office supply stamps, and I didn't want the red ink on there. I just wanted to be able to use the stamp, so what I did was I soaked the stamp in water to get the ink out, but of course that left me with all that red ink, and I wanted to find a way to use up that ink, so I started dyeing papers and doilies and stuff. So I'll just show you some of what I've come up with. And these are like mixed media style papers. They're not just straight dyed papers. So these are just doilies I've done. But the one thing I was also going to mention is I know there's been a lot of videos on use your stash and things that you wish you hadn't bought and how to use them and stuff. I don't necessarily have a bunch of things I wish I hadn't bought. I have a bunch of things I wish I used. So what I did is quite a while ago I made a bunch of homemade alcohol sprays with just permanent markers and Crayola markers and whatever kind of markers I could find, food coloring. And I've used to use it a lot, but now I haven't used it in a while, so I used up a bunch of sprays. And I will make more, because I do want them on hand, but it's nice to just use up and then make fresh. So I did that, and I used cheap 20-pound copy paper, because I'm not submerging the papers for the most part. I'm just spraying them, so it doesn't have to be thick. And I have tons of cheap copy paper. Well, it wasn't that cheap because I bought it in the States, so with the exchange it was kind of pricey, but whatever. You guys know what I'm saying. So yeah, these are just some of the patterns I have gotten, and I used plastic canvas to get the squares. These ones are just, this is a texture plate to get the lines. This is a lace tablecloth. I was trying to get like the really nice lace prints, and I can't remember how to do it. I've done it before with plastic. I couldn't remember how I had gotten that, so I just started playing, and I don't know, I might iron it because the wrinkles kind of bother me, but I don't know if I'll be able to get them out anyways. But yeah, so I just wanted to show you some of the designs I've gotten. And like I said, I like them because they're like mixed media style papers. And I have a huge stack of them. So I don't recommend like projects like this with like, you know, your expensive sprays. But if you're making sprays and, you know, you're just using Dollar Tree supplies, I don't know what's with this paper. It's sprayed a little bit blue, but my blue wasn't very dark. If you're using dollar store supplies, this is a great project. See, this is what I was using, the lace, and it didn't work out great, but it's still really pretty. So just figured I'd come on and show you some of what I've created. This one has shimmer to it because I added shimmer to some of the sprays. I'm the type of person that I just play with whatever I have. I mix and match. There's no science behind it or logic most of the time, which we'll just leave that one alone. But yeah, so what I get is what I get, and sometimes it's interesting, and sometimes I just redo it. So, but these are all, I'm not going to show you them all. And if I could perfect them, I might make bigger batches of like the same, but considering that I don't have a perfect technique or anything, I'd just make them all different, and that way I'm not frustrated with trying to get one pattern and not have it work. Some of these I think I'm going to scan and make like digital, because I really like some of them. and I think they'd be fun, and then I can alter the colors and stuff. But like this one I really like. This one was done on coffee dye paper, and like I said, I'll probably try and iron out some of the wrinkles. I don't know if it's gonna work because the paper's thin. I really like this one as well. I don't want to take all day showing you papers, but... And I'm excited to use these in my journals. I like the idea of having papers in my journal that nobody else has. I've said that repeatedly. Like, that's why I like making trashy junk journals too. I don't like the idea of it just being all digital or all scrapbook. I like to mix. I like this one. Mix it up so that my journals don't look like anybody else's. Which is also probably why I can't sell my journals, because everybody else probably thinks they're a hot mess. But I like them, so... yeah, I like this one too. I'll probably scan it. This one's with the coffee dyed. And then I have blue. And I used to do this quite a bit. The sprayed papers, but you know how it is. Something new comes along and you gotta try it and you kind of forget some of the old things you used to do. I like this one as well. The green is RIT dye. So, and it's the liquid form. Like I said, I use everything. I use Easter egg dye, markers. But yeah, so I have a huge stack of them. I guess I can show you some of the plastic stencil ones. And I think I'm doing a hummingbird journal, which is why I wanted the green. And then I'm going to be doing a peacock one, and I still want to make a boho one. I've made boho before, but I can't remember. I might have sold one of those. Or gave it away. I really don't remember. But it doesn't matter. I want to make another one. I like this one too. This one has all different textures, and it'd be another one I'd probably scan. And this one's pretty. And I like this one. So the one thing I will say is some of them were water-based sprays, and some of them were alcohol-based sprays. The benefit of alcohol is A, it dries really fast, and B, it doesn't move if you wet it. So I can spray with alcohol, and then I can dip it in a water-based dye to like coat it, and my alcohol won't move. So like something like this, the pink was water-based, but the red but the green was alcohol-based, so it didn't move the ink. And even though it's not perfectly clear because I have too much green in some places, it didn't run together. Now, with that said, like if my lace was sprayed with alcohol and I sprayed that with water, and it wasn't totally dry, it's gonna mix it then. Like if it's on something that, what's it called? Isn't totally dry, I guess if you want to say it that way. Like these were oven baked, and then I did the alcohol over it, so it was completely dry. But you can reactivate alcohol with alcohol. So I guess that's a better example. Like if I had sprayed alcohol on my, this is the lace I use. This one's coffee dyed, so I didn't use this piece obviously. But if I had sprayed alcohol on this lace, and my hands are stained, and then I sprayed, and it dried, and I sprayed more alcohol, a different color, it would reactivate on here. Same with, with water. If they're not completely dry and there's any water in your alcohol sprays, that part of it will reactivate. So I wouldn't recommend doing that on your lace if you don't want your colors to transfer. But if your paper is dry, dyed with alcohol, and then you want to add water-based media to it, if that makes sense, the alcohol won't lift. I think I just talked in circles, so we'll just ignore that part. But anyways, yeah, I just want to show you what I've been creating. Hope that gives you some ideas and maybe pull out those sprays and create some fun papers. Talk to you all soon.